I'm so ready to see what happens this Sunday, man, because this Sunday is the make or break point for our season. If we lose this Sunday, I don't want to win another game. Period, point blank. That's
How
all
am
there is
I
to it.
muted?
If we win this Sunday, I'm okay with us winning more.
What we need. Like right now, our priority is going to end up being offensive line. I feel like, at least in my
I think
opinion.
so. It should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I agree with you, man.
All
I
right.
think that this is not
Can
the
you
year
hear
we're
me?
both going for. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're back. Hopefully. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, I don't know what happened. Here I'm gonna share this link in the chat room where we were at. If there are people still there, the thing with Marty Herney is just to quickly wrap up the Marty Herney discussion. I was going to say this with Dave Gettleman. Is Dave Gettleman's problem was he didn't follow his own advice, and when he
preached something that was completely off what he actually practiced. Yeah,
and when he revoked that contract from Josh Norman, it forced him. Dave Gettleman always had a simple discussion, and that or a simple line, and it made sense, and that was, you use the free agency to set up the draft. And so then you don't have to pigeonhole yourself into something when it comes to the draft. And
I like that idea better.
And he screwed up, so then you don't have to pick you don't have to pick this. You don't have to pick this. And then that year he drafted 3 corners in 1 year. He did it to himself. So anyway, So the other thing, one thing about Marty Herney though that I do think is underrated right now is that his ability just to work with people.
Yeah.
And I think that his ability right now, he's kind of like a chameleon. And maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe that's a slimy thing. I don't know how to feel about him. Is that he used to come on the radio all the time, and then this season he seems to only come on the radio after wins. So that's annoying to me. But I
understand that. Yeah.
When he did the stuff with Jerry Richardson and those big contracts, you thought it was because Jerry Richardson, and he's kind of like, well, you write my check, I'll do what you want to do. I kind of feel like that's why Tepper and Rule might like him.
Yeah, because he just listens.
He's just like, all right, is that what you want? I'll get it done. I'll get it done. And sometimes though, that's what your job is to do. And maybe it's not to think you're the fucking big maybe that's a good thing about Herney, is he doesn't think he's the smartest football guy. He just says
tends to be the fall guy, right?
What's that?
I feel like the yes man tends to be the fall guy.
Well, they're the guys that get fired. That's the guy.
Is the guy who ends up taking the blame in the end because you've set it up that way. Now, it may not be that way in the Panthers franchise, but
you feel that way, yeah.
I feel like they're setting up to be the fall guy. Like, no matter what happens in the future, well, we had Herney, now we're moving forward with this, and we'll see what happens. So
yeah,
I think he's a chameleon, man. I think he can work with, and the one thing I'm excited, I do think this is important for Herney, is I think that. And this organization with this trifecta, and that was a kind of a good, and that he was like, look, we got these 3 people, and 2 of them are kind of these superheroes, superstars, and this one guy just don't fit that mold. You don't want to have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Not enough chiefs. There's too many chiefs, not enough Indians. That type of those sayings. Is that you don't want the GM to feel like his D is bigger than the owners or the coaches. Yeah. I do think, and it's a strange dynamic. I know we're used to seeing the GM being the super guy, and what's very strange about it is most GMs have never played football. This is bizarre. It's a bizarre world when it comes to general managers.
It is quite odd if you think about it.
Yeah.
But the idea is that I think that Herney sees his job, and much like I kind of see my job at work, is that I always tell the people that work under me, not under me, I'm their supervisor technically, But I'm like their advocate. That's what I say. I work for you. Like, what y'all need? Y'all are my soldiers.
Yeah.
And I need y'all to go fight every day. So since I need you to fight every day, what do you need? Maybe that's the benefit of a Marnie Hurting. All right, thanks, call. Great call, great question. Let's keep going. There's a couple more, and we're out of here.
Hey guys, this is Jason from Colorado.
Jason,
I love it. What's up, buddy?
He's back.
No, this is Mike, aka Supreme Litas.
Oh,
I tried my best.
Wait, hold on. Look, he really went after it here. This is a good part of it.
So, still feeling good after that shutout of the Lions. Best breast.
Look,
Supreme Litas.
wait, hold on.
guys.
Is this Mike doing? Is this Supreme Leader doing a joke on what's his name from Colorado?
No, I think Supreme Leader called in earlier to
No.
congratulate him on what
That
he
was
did.
last week. That was on
That was
Sunday.
on game.
Was
I
it?
think
Okay.
this might be Supreme Leader doing. All right, we got to listen to this carefully. All right, here it comes.
I'm confused. Yeah.
All right, here it comes.
This is going to be a thing now.
It
Yeah.
is.
Hey guys, this is Jason from Colorado. No, this is Mike, aka Supreme Litas.
He did.
You're right,
Tried my
Tony.
best breast.
Oh my
I tried
God,
my
how
best
good
Jason
is
from
this?
Colorado impersonation, but it didn't work out.
No, it did. It worked
So,
perfect. I thought it was
feeling
his
good
8th
after
call.
that shutout of the Lions. Can't complain. One thing I wanted to ask y'all, just based on my observation of the game, I feel
so
like
good.
we're in better hands with Teddy Bridgewater. I know PJ Walker looked okay. He did throw those 2 interceptions. That was totally rookie mistakes, but I think that, he still needs time to grow, and sitting behind Teddy Bridgewater, he would learn some things, and I'm sure that, with his arm talent, it won't hurt sitting behind him for the rest of the year. I know the coaching staff isn't gonna replace Bridgewater with Walker anyway, but I know this has probably been a hot topic already. Let me know what you think. Also, Tony Dunn, my man, tell me what you think about taking a tight end in the first round this year. Keep pounding, boys.
These
Like
guys.
that.
Yo, I love you guys, man. I love you guys. I think you're right, man. I just don't think that that the team's going to replace. It's just not going to happen unless injury occurs. And the other thing is that if we take a tight end in the first round, I will go ballistic on the C3 draft party. I promise you. And
you name one tight end that's viable in the first round.
I can't. Well, first, I don't scout players anymore. It's a waste of time for me. Like, I watch the college teams that I watch. I watch the college games that I watch, and maybe I'll look out for them and be like, oh, well, that guy might be all right. No, all this shit about studying the draft so hard, I can say this because Cody's not here, is a waste of fucking time. He's going to spend a bazillion hours on this, and guess what's going to be right? Like 1 percentile. It's like the amount of people that actually die from COVID is what they're going to get right in the draft. Oh, that was a
great
zing.
comparison. I love that. Yeah.
But the point that the thing is that when I first started doing this show, we were more into the draft because it's content, it helps content and stuff and some things. So I need other people that are interested in it. But I rarely think that I know what I'm fucking talking about. Mm-hmm. But in 2014, when we drafted Kelvin Benjamin, I lost my mind in a bad way. I'm always drunk. If we pick in the 20s, I'm drunk by that point, right? I mean, it's gonna happen. We've been watching the draft for 3 hours. I've been cycling all these people in. I've been sucking back beers like crazy. I was pissed when we drafted Kelvin Benjamin. I was mad. And I was like, we could have gotten this guy later, blah, blah, blah. He's got like this and that. And then these people came in and they were like, you're way too down on this guy before you've seen him play. You know, like, and I was like, gosh, I felt bad about myself. Like, I was like embarrassed. I was like, man, I was too hard, like this and that. And then my man went and had like this great 1,000-yard rookie season.
Mhm.
And everybody was like, and people were messaging me, and they would be like
Of
sending
course
me
they were,
clips, and they'd be like, "You fucking remember when you dogged on this dude? You didn't give him this."
Honestly, why wouldn't you be better rookie year than Julio Jones? Why wouldn't you be messaging you like that? They were right in that aspect. In the end, you were right though. But keep going.
Well, my point was I wanted 2 players. I had 2 players on my mind. I wanted Bradley Roby, who has been a very, very good cornerback in the league. For you know, the other guy though, I really wanted, wrote an article on it. Allen Robinson.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
That
here's the
one-
thing: is that like KB, Kevin Boschman said KB getting drunk during the draft now. Yeah, is that here's the thing: is that like I have not flipped out over a draft pick since that moment. Maybe a little bit over Vernon Butler. I don't know who the draft pick. I don't know.
We were 31st in the draft on that one. I mean, there's
Right.
at that point in time, you're not getting
Right.
This
is
is
the-
highly sought after draft.
The
pick,
year
yeah.
we pick a draft,
You know what,
we
they-
pick a tight end in the first round, I will have the same meltdown. And yes, if for you assholes that want to go, what about Travis Kelce? What about who's the other guy from San Francisco?
He's on my fantasy team, but I can't remember his name right now.
Not Debo, Emmanuel Sanders. No, he's on.
No, the tight end for San Francisco.
Kittle. Yeah.
Kittle.
Yeah.
These are cherry picking ridiculous examples. First of all, which ones of those were taken in the first round? A. And B, I saw so many of us wanted, a lot of people wanted OJ Howard in the first round. The Panthers took Christian McCaffrey that year. You know what I'm saying? Some things. And they just don't work out enough. They just don't work out enough. I'm sorry. I'm just not interested. I want to find the next Kelce or Kittle in the third. All right, let's keep going. 2 more calls.
Yo, fam, it's QT0 out here from
What's up,
Cali,
QT0?
man. Hey, I gotta let you know there is definitely a middle when it comes to Cam Newton. Because I love Cam. I love all what he did.
Kittle was a
before
4th rounder, he
Carolina.
said right now.
And, you know what I mean? But I'm glad he's not on the squad. He isn't a good piece for the squad that we'd have now. We need accuracy to be able to spread the ball out to all these weapons we have.
Don't give me that.
You know what I'm saying? But what we also trying to do is rebuild, and Cam ain't gonna be down with the rebuilding. He ain't gonna be down with trying to take care of this next man coming up and groom him up. We trying to get on to the next era, the
Is Teddy
the
there?
rule era, and we need to get that
Didn't look
started
like
and
to
not
me.
start that
He's
in
got-
3 years or
You gotta
whatever.
be down with
Cam
the idea.
finally falls off the map or something. You know what I'm saying? We need to start this rebuilding shit now. And I really feel like Teddy is 100% down with at the end of his stature to groom the next man up and pull a Alex Smith.
That's why he's driving a
and groom
minivan.
that next guy up, whether it
is a
be
fallacy, sir, and I will
PJ or
talk
somebody else in the draft or so on and so forth. So keep counting, y'all.
No.
Go ahead.
Good. No, well, I was gonna say, if you're the guy who is willing to come in and take the money to groom the next guy to come in, then your big D is a fallacy, sir. That's all there is to it. You're putting socks in your pants. There's something else going on, because a guy who is like the guy who feels like he is the franchise guy or could be a franchise guy is not going to be the guy to come in and
To train
groom-
somebody to take his job.
Exactly.
Well, I think he
groom the
wanted
next
an
guy.
opportunity. I think Teddy is just happy that he got a starting opportunity, right? Is he's going to go to a place where somebody's going to give him a real shot to start.
Tony, if you go to a job, or you're going to go to a job and say, okay, I'm going to take this job and I might be able to start and be the main guy in this job. But if I can, I'm sure going to groom the next guy who can. No, fuck that. You're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I don't feel like I would. You may. I wouldn't. Like that's just.
I think
to me-
the one point I don't agree with the call is on this is that Cam. It almost kind of buys into Cam's ego is bigger than it was type. Like, and I just feel like this is that I've seen Cam Newton just lift up his players around him when they've made bad plays, when they do, and he's doing this right in New England. And I'm not saying Teddy doesn't do this. I just don't know if Teddy is necessarily. The way I see it is this: if you think we were rebuilding and that whether Cam was successful or not, it's still a rebuild, then that's the same scenario for Teddy, and that just means he's a piece for a time being.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah.
I don't know. As he said, Teddy more humble. He said Teddy's more humble than you, I guess. No, he was saying that to you about the job. I think this is that Teddy's coming off of look, first is Teddy hasn't started in several years, and he's coming off a catastrophic leg injury. I think he is happy to – I think this was a great scenario for him to come into a place that people already believe with him. So I don't think he's coming in to be a groomer necessarily. I think for him he's thinking about like this is that I'm going to a place where people actually – will legitimately give me a shot, and not only a shot, but like be behind me.
But here's the thing too. Like think about it from this perspective. The coaching staff has made PJ inactive and Will Grier the backup. Right? They have done that throughout the year. So if there was a actual situation where they brought Teddy Bridgewater in for purely a grooming scenario, then one of these guys would have been named the backup from the get-go, right? These guys weren't sold on either of these backups. They weren't. If you really think they signed PJ Walker thinking this is the future, we're going to let him be, play behind Teddy and Teddy's going to groom him into the starting role, you're full of it. There's nobody in this world who thought that the XFL was going to translate as well as it did this past Sunday with PJ Walker. Not a single person.
Yeah.
And so Teddy Bridgewater was not signed as a groomer. Teddy Bridgewater was signed as the potential franchise. That's what it was. No questions asked. There is no way to argue that statement.
Maybe not a groomer, but a bridge over troubled water.
I mean, a bridge, but yeah, not a groomer. I think that Teddy may have been
who really grooms quarterbacks.
I mean,
name me one quarterback that is done.
Aaron Rodgers.
No, he doesn't.
Patrick Mahomes.
No, those are two groomed quarterbacks.
No, those are two groomed. But like, guess what? Is Brett Favre didn't want to have nothing to fucking do with Aaron Rodgers. Guess what? Aaron Rodgers wants to do with anybody. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. I've just never seen this role where they have learned. Even look, if you go to Miami, look, Fitzpatrick is fucking pissed.
He's mad.
Well, they have a huge problem there, dude. They should have never, first of all, put Tua in.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick should have been the starter from the day. The problem is they were susceptible to the pressure of their of the fan base.
And now.
Yeah,
and they're gonna screw themselves doing that.
They're gonna ruin Tua's confidence, which may have happened last week.
It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid.
You're gonna lose a game, man. Tua, sorry, dude, you're gonna lose a game.
And on top of that, how can Miami fans go from being like they've been irrelevant? They have been irrelevant for 20 years.
My whole life. Yeah,
20 years. And you're trying to tell me that you've won more games than I can remember, and y'all are crying and bitching and complaining? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you should be so happy that Tua, I don't know. If I was a Dolphins fan, I just can't believe that. It's a strange arrogance. It's weird to me, man. All right, can we finish this last call?
Let's do it. Let's get it. Yeah.
It is Brandon Herbert. I just want to say, fuck C3, fuck Cody. Y'all don't know football. But once I get my podcast, everybody gonna listen to mine. It's not yours, even though nobody listen to mine.
Oh, shit.
Damn. Who's that?
Oh, God. That is not Brandon Herbert. one more time. I have to send this to Cody.
It is Brandon Herbert. I just want to say, fuck C3, fuck Cody. Y'all don't know football. But once I get my podcast, everybody gonna listen to mine. It's not y'all.
T-Money.
Even though nobody listen to mine.
That is not T-Money. I promise you that either.
No, I think it was an attempt at trying to do like somebody making this is basically a parody of somebody in chat.
Right.
That shit is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. It was a good that was a good impression A and exactly what he would say B. Oh my God. I love that shit. Wait until Cody hears that. I am sending it to him tonight.
He's gonna be
He is gonna fucking Cody might stand up and say hallelujah right out of his wheelchair.
Yeah.
All right. This is the Kevin Boschman says Boschoven. How would you say Bosch? Boshoven. You're the debt collector, Cody. CK, how would you say it? You should call
what is
people
it?
that
I'm a
BOSH.
mailman.
Yep, BOSHOVEN.
OVEN.
Yeah.
Boschoven.
Boschoven. Very good. This is the country in me. I can't speak quickly. Country people be like Boschoven, and then Boschoven. Makes sense. All right. I think that's it. Like we've talked about everything. We haven't talked about the Vikings. Again, we never talk about the team we're about to play because all we do is talk about Teddy Bridgewater and fucking the future of this team.
Yeah.
We do need to ice some people up though, and because one of my friends likes this, I'm gonna do this. Oh, where are the ice cubes at? Hold on. Anyway, there's supposed to be ice cubes playing right then. Why is that? And why does nothing work anymore?
2020.
I tell you, I had one update will ruin your computer. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're icing up mugs right now, and you guys got some ice up picks for me?
CK, you want to go?
Go ahead. You said you had a good one. I want to hear it.
I do have a good one, man, and this is personal. This came this week. Okay, I am a big believer of punishment and reward for doing what you're supposed to do and not what you're supposed to do. Okay, so my 13-year-old daughter, straight A's this year, first grade, or not first grade, excuse me, 8th grade. Very proud, awesome, great job. I know it's virtual learning. There could be things that are different, but you made straight A's. You're getting through this. What does she want? She wants me to bring Chick-fil-A home from work. Okay, I can do that.
Not unreasonable.
No, not unreasonable. Yeah, I fucking hate Chick-fil-A.
How can you hate who? You're the only person on earth that hates Chick-fil-A.
I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. You always wait way too long when you go in there. Okay. Then they give you this little bitty tiny ass chicken breast with 2/8 of an inch pickles sliced right in the middle, not even spread out on the sandwich, and give it to you on a tiny little bun, give it to you, charge you $9 for it. Can't fucking stand it. Okay. But my daughter, straight A's, I'm going to reward you. Cool. I'll go to Chick-fil-A after work, pick you up some food. Okay. So my Chick-fil-A where I'm at, the line is circled around the building 2 times.
Can I tell you? Can I interrupt 1 second?
Good,
Every Chick-fil-A is like that, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it
Next.
is. Maybe it is. Okay. So I love my daughter. I'm like, okay, she's done a great job. I want to reward her. I'm going to go through here and get this. Okay. So I'm not familiar with Chick-fil-A. I don't like Chick-fil-A. I think it's overrated. I don't go there. I don't know the menu. So when I pull up,
He's
the
a
guy's
hater.
like, huh?
You're a hater.
I am a hater, but okay, hold on. So when I pull up, the guy's like, what can I get for you? And I told him, I was like, look, I know y'all have little chicken nuggets. I was like, I don't know what you call them, but I want like the little chicken nuggets. He was like, oh, you want the chicken minis? I was like, yeah, sure. That sounds right. I want the chicken minis. He's like, you want the 10-piece, right? So I have 2 daughters, my wife, myself. I was like, yeah, let me get 4 10-pieces. Okay. Because there's no menu there to tell you what's going on. $54 fucking later.
Oh, they gave you the little sandwiches.
Yes. $54 later and 45 minutes in the drive-thru later, I'm driving home. And I cannot believe that I have just spent at Chick-fil-A what I would at a steakhouse. So to Chick-fil-A, I say ice the fuck up. Your food is not that good. I can go to Popeyes and get a $3.99 sandwich with big, thick-ass half-inch pickles and sauce and all that good stuff on it for $3.99. Kiss my ass. Chick-fil-A, ice up.
I'll say this much. I wouldn't say, I mean, the prices I can understand. Let's ice up the prices. Yeah. But what you need to ice up is that kid in the drive-thru who had no idea what he was talking about.
Yes, it made me so mad, man. And because
first of all, can I ice y'all up for asking for mini chicken nuggets? Like a chicken nugget is mini.
I knew they were called something other than chicken nuggets because they're not called chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah. So that's chicken nuggets.
God damn it.
They're called chicken nuggets, bro. And here's the other thing. I got some problems. Well, first of all, the chat room got your back. Bubba Pacha says, I dislike Chick-fil-A too. Too much money for crap food. Popeyes is the spot. Kevin Boshoven says, if you're Charlotte, try Boxcar Betty's best chicken sandwich ever. I'm not going to ice you up because I'm not going to use my ice up for this, but like, I got a problem with what you say. And ode to Cody too. Cody hates their fucking waffle fries. He thinks they're the most overrated.
I'm not a big fan of them either, man. They're not that
good.
They're not that good.
I think his hate is a little too much, but go ahead.
I like the sandwich. I like the sandwich 100%.
Dude, their spicy chicken sandwich is dope, yo.
Dude, I love their sandwich, but the waffle fries, I'm not sold on. That's not my favorite thing in the world.
Spicy chicken sandwich is the bomb. They have limited sides. They do have limited sides. It is, a little on the hair of the pricey side, but not much more. I mean, if you think about it, when you go to fucking McDonald's or whatever, it's all $8 these days anyway. The one thing I do is we went to McDonald's, and I don't like to eat at fast food a lot. I don't need it.
Yeah.
My kids, every now and then we'll stop for my kids or something like this. We went to McDonald's the other day for just because we need to get our kids some nuggets, and then we were going out to dinner. And it was I told my wife, I said, I don't think there's a better food service place than McDonald's in the way it's run. Like, I mean, these mugs just are churning. I mean, it's like cars and this, and the food comes out hot and this. And she goes, Chick-fil-A. And I was like, you right, homie.
You're right.
Every place, that line is moving, and they all have a blessed day. God bless you. We love you. And they all hire it's all terrible. I mean, I think it's terrible. I think they all hire, the girls that work there are all 16-year-old pampered pretty girl. That annoys the shit out of me. It doesn't annoy me, but God bless you. And I'll be like, well, God bless you. No, I don't say that. But they do move a fucking drive-through line like the craziest thing I've ever seen. They are awesome there. Popeye's chicken sandwich, though, that mug is a giant, bro. It's a giant. All right, CK, what you got for us?
Mine is going to be just coming back to the Panthers because we do our ice ups, and a lot of times they do extend away from football, and I want to bring it back to football with mine today. And that is, I'm going to be the bad guy on this. Guys, can we even with Cody's going to hear this, he's going to be so angry. Can we chill it on the PJ Walker? He's an elite talent in this league.
Yes. Yes, we have to. We have to.
I don't think anybody said he was an elite talent. I think everybody said he was as good as Bridgewater.
Nah. Yeah. And can we chill it on that? Go ahead, get him, CK.
You can't even use that. Here's the reality. He's had a decent game, right? But he still made poor decisions. You can sit here and say all day those are things that can be taught, that he can be taught away from doing. Really? Jameis Winston couldn't be taught.
Well, certain players can't. You're right. But
exactly.
At the same time, I've seen Bridgewater, who's been in the league, make those same decisions and the same mistakes. even though he's had, 4 or 5 years now to be taught not to do that, he still made the same decision. So,
but here's the difference, right? Bridgewater has proven that he can be good in this league as well, right? He was a round 1 draft pick. He was with the Vikings. He won all 5 games he started with the Saints last year, and he's held his own against some of the toughest defenses in the league this year, right? He hasn't been great, and like I said, I've come to his defense on certain occasions, and I've vilified him as well. But to put PJ Walker on this pedestal of, yes, I think he has a lot of potential, and I think we can all agree on that. But this idea that he should remain our starter and we should build up our team around this one guy off of one performance against a really bad team with an offensive line that was holding its own, with a wide receiver core that is one of the best in the NFL, and with the running game that was non-existent, by the way, so that didn't help him out. All of these things, we need to take a step back away from PJ Walker and think he's the savior and realize he was a rookie in his first game, and in all reality, he had a few good throws that we have been itching for all year.
Yeah.
But statistically speaking, as stat daddy over here will also say, it all boils down to the numbers. Mm-hmm. And he threw 2 interceptions in the red zone. He had 1 touchdown. His touchdown to interception ratio was 1-2.
And you know what, okay, you have a great point there. You really do. Like that is a fantastic point. The only part that I can put against that might rebuttal what you're saying there is Bridgewater put up Walker put up what Bridgewater does every single week. His first week in the NFL, first time playing in the NFL with the new
Teddy
offense.
Don't usually throw pick
with the first string wide receivers, first string offense. Okay, the same thing Bridgewater's done for 10 weeks is all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, if you go back,
Walker opens up more options than Bridgewater does. Which
this is his ice up pick, Greg. This is his ice up pick. Let him have his ice up pick.
Here's my point, and I'll say who I'm icing up is you, and I'll make this point for Teddy Bridgewater. If you look at Teddy Bridgewater against equally bad defenses, he has been better than what PJ Walker was this past week. Just so you know. I mean, if you look at stats specifically. But that being said, anybody who is making the argument that PJ Walker is a franchise quarterback and can be a franchise should be built around this guy after 1 game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You all need to ice up.
You're absolutely right.
And that might even go to ourselves on this podcast after the post game.
Well, I don't think anybody was saying he's to be a franchise quarterback, but
you were just excited to see somebody who was able to throw the ball down the field.
Right, exactly.
The problem is that's what my problem with this is we're so overwhelmed by something we haven't seen in so long that the first one that came along and did something like that, we're like, this is the motherfucking guy, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
We haven't seen it in so long. We jumped on his dick so quick.
She gave us a blowjob.
Take a step back
she
away
gave
from
us
it.
a blowjob, man.
And it's
we hadn't had one
and
in a while.
And we want to take a back. I want to take a step away as well from my admiration for Rule and realize that Greg has been doing the exact same thing about icing us up over Matt Rule. We got something new into the garage, and we were so excited about Matt Rule. And Greg has said, "What has he done? What has he done up to this point?" And it's the same thing. I think we all can agree we like what Matt Rule is doing, but we haven't really seen it on a large scale of success yet. And so we're all so excited about it. I think we need to take a step back and realize, listen, there's a lot of unknowns, and until this is actually something that succeeds, we don't know. 1 game with PJ Walker is not enough to sell me that he is the franchise guy that we need to build around.
Damn it, CK is always the bigger man. Always by like this much, he's the bigger man. Damn you, CK. Great man. Great point.
All right, my ice up pick goes to Roy Cooper this week. I want to hear this. And Cody put up the tweet. I went and watched the press conference, and then the stupid WARL or whatever the Raleigh channel was ended the press conference before the juicy part, and then put up a video of like some dog, and it was like, let's meet the dog of the week. And I was so pissed. I was walking my dog. I was trying to watch this stupid video of Roy Cooper telling us to wear masks inside. I don't know what it was. Is that like I didn't get to see it, but if it's as advertised by the Raleigh radio station that he is not advocating, but mandating that we wear masks inside with our family members on Thanksgiving. If that's really the case, if that's your position, Roy, first I didn't vote for you, Roy Cooper, and which is ridiculous that I didn't vote for you. That shows you how much I'm not in line with the COVID response for this state. I hate the Republicans in our state. North Carolina state Republicans are the fucking worst. they are awful, dude. They are fucking awful. Our state is terrible when it comes to them. And that McCrory was like the one gem of a Republican, and he stunk. The point that I'm trying to make is I have had some reason over the last 2 weeks, I've had like a lot of dreams, one. Two, I've actually had like scary dreams. Like I've had dreams like being like in snakes, like weird shit. I swear to God, I woke up, I said I fucking had a nightmare. My wife was like, God, you've had this is like your third one. And I was like, she said, what was it? I said, I voted for Tom Tillis. That was my nightmare. He's a Republican. That's how much I fucking hate our state Republicans. Like I hate. That
you had a nightmare about voting for one?
Yes, I had a nightmare about it. So the fact is that I voted for the Republican governor in this race because I am not down on the McCrory. I got a couple of reasons. He vetoed a budget that would have equaled pay raises for teachers. Raise my hand right here, so you're not gonna give my vote, like this and that. But this idea, it's a misgiven, folks. If you want to stop COVID, I'm not saying don't wear a mask. That's not what I'm advocating for. But the mask is not a thing that just stops it. What we should say is this, Roy Cooper, is that we're all gonna be with Thanksgiving's a time where we commune with our family. We try to be thankful of things that are going around us. And at this point, we've been going through a lot as a state and as a nation. And and we want to be with our families. But what I employ people to do is that if you're not feeling well, to tell your family and not go to Thanksgiving. If you're not feeling well, to try to be honest about it and avoid those situations. If you are not showing any symptoms of this, wash your hands. Try to limit how much you're in a close contact. These are real options. I just think it's too much of this, like, you wear a mask and we won't have COVID. I'm not saying not to wear a mask. It's not my point. Now, I'm not an anti-masker. I'm not a pro-masker. But if you think, it's kind of like this, is like, you can still get pregnant and take birth control. So, I don't know. Fuck you, Roy Cooper. Wear a mask in the house is not the way to, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not an epidemiologist. I just don't think that it's really the most appropriate tactic. I think I think that our government, people who are in medicine talk down to us. Yeah. I think that they think we're too stupid to understand.
They also have a certain amount of power over you.
I think that they think we're too dumb to understand, though, that we can be reasonable in the way we interact and take some important measures. So anyway, ice up. All right, so C3 Panthers podcast. Let's get the hell out of here. I got to travel for Thanksgiving. And guess what I'm doing? I'm traveling to sit in a room with people that live 2 blocks down the road from me. I should ice that up. Why are we doing this? To not do anything, to sit in a condo together with no COVID. Anyway, ice up myself.
Ice up.
Good night and keep pounding.